In front of us we have the line of Aquila frames. In the middle here we have the Aquila HD that has room for the DJI air unit, and it's just a mock-up prototype right now. 7-inch props on this one. And on the left here we have the Aquila 5. It's a 5.2-inch frame that I like to call it. And we have the Aquila 7 HD. This is with the widest arms available. Really gives you that stable, floaty, locked in. I shouldn't say floaty, it's locked in, but you have this gliding ability with this wide setup. So the GT with the widest setup, we got the 7 and we have the 5. So just a little bit of a look at how it's put together. We have 3 motor holes, and I really only ever use 2, so took out the 3rd motor hole, and really just to give it strength across the end of the arm, because I believe that breaking the end of the arm is worse than breaking an arm in the middle, because if you break towards the end of the arm, it could pull a motor out of the a wire out of the windings from your motor and just ruin a motor like that. You can't even fix it. So I'm hoping that this will prevent any damage to the motor by pulling the wire out if there's a breakage. So it'll never break here, I'm hoping. Motor holes can accommodate 19 millimeter motor bases. Most modern motors are 16 millimeter, but just have the legacy support here just in case you have old motors or bi-motors that don't have the newer, smaller base. So these are the front arms. We have different arms for the front and the rear. So you can see that the front arms butt up against each other, and the designer, Zach C., really did a great job in anticipating how things would rotate and cantilever off each other. So in this design, the square faces touching each other to really provide really solid cantilever support to each other. If the arm is hit from the front, it'll transfer that force along this finger here and press on to the opposite side, so it really forms a block, a solid block that resists deformation. So it's just sandwiched in what I like to call the Z block for Zach, and we use the biplate construction, and the plate thickness on the bottom is 4 millimeters. So we have, 6 millimeters. Yeah, so we have 6 millimeter arms, and the bottom plate is 3 millimeters, and the top plate is 2 millimeters. So three different thicknesses of carbon in this frame, sandwiching the arms, just providing a really solid core of this frame that just resists deformation, and you'll be actually surprised about how stiff it is. So I believe in the stiffness of the frame, and with this design you have the lightning holes that really give it some depth and some really cool properties, visual properties I should say. So anyway, that's the Aquila line of frames, soon to be available November 2019.